Good morning. Welcome to week 3 of J210. I hope you had a nice Labor Day weekend, and I hope you got out and took some pictures. Basically, we're finishing up the unit this week. Unit 1 is a 3-week unit. It ends this weekend. You need to finish up 2 discussions, item 6.2, your lighting unit, item 6.3, your composition unit. Hopefully you've already done item 6.1, your depth of field. If not, you need to finish it by the end of the week, okay? So you have basically 3 major discussions. They're photograph assignments for each one of those. Please get those done. Please don't wait till the weekend to do them, okay? I want to go back one more time to composition. I know I talked a little bit about last week. But one thing I always want you to think about is in your viewfinder, in your rangefinder, you're responsible for everything that's in there. In a well-composed subject, not only a well-composed photograph, excuse me, not only does it have basically 3 units or thirds. You kind of divide things up carefully. You think what's in each third of the unit. But it's very minimalistic. You don't want a lot of extraneous information in there. That's why we have this rule of 3s. Okay, 3 major objects is enough in a photograph. Okay, too much, and the viewer doesn't really see what the photograph's about. Okay, so basically you're responsible for everything that's inside this rectangle. Check it out very carefully. Make sure that's what you want in there. If it's not quite the case, move the rectangle someplace else. Or in the case of like indoor photographs, turn off the extraneous lights that are in the background. Pull blinds over the windows that are in the background. Like in this video, I finally had to buy some blinds back here because it was wrecking my videos when I had my back to the window back there, okay? So I got some blinds finally in our new house and said, okay, now I don't have so many extraneous light sources, extraneous objects in the background of the photograph being very distracting to the viewer. So please think very carefully always what's in here. You know, take your time, look around in there, say, hey, do I really want that in there? For example, this weekend I took a nice family portrait. We had 9 house guests and their dogs, okay? And I put the camera on a tripod, got everybody organized, you know, set off the automatic timer, and went and, you know, stood in the back and got the picture. Beautiful picture, except I left the chandelier on in the kitchen, and there's this big 3 balls of light between all around our heads in the background, you know. And man, come on, I'm a professional photographer. Why didn't I think to turn up that light, you know? So make sure you do those kinds of things. So you're in charge of what's inside that rectangle. There is a unit quiz that's due at the end of this week. It's very important that you take those quizzes, okay? There's not one at every unit, but there's one at the end of several units. I'll try to remind you each time. It's your job to find them and take them, okay? In this case, it's item 7, just plain old item 7 in the learning module, all right? The quizzes are what I call teaching quizzes and learning quizzes. They're not about memorization. Heck, they're open book, all right? You've got a chance to take them twice. I want you to learn something by taking them. This is the way I run a course. This is the way I teach. I always want you to be learning something. I'm not testing you. I'm not testing your memory. Okay, that's not a very good pedagogy. So I want you to learn this material. So look at the quiz and say, hey, this is a chance for me to learn something. Okay, so please take that in that spirit. I'm sure you'll do well. Okay, they're designed for you to do well if you've been paying attention. I think that's pretty much it. Let me know if you have questions this week, but this is the end of the unit. You must complete all your discussions. I will not grade them after they're due, okay? And I will not reopen the quiz. The quiz cuts off Sunday night at midnight. There is no grace period with quizzes. They just cut off, boom, they're over. I can't reopen them for you. If I reopen them for one person, I have to reopen them for everybody. So it puts us all behind, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, so hey, let me know if you have questions. And please be thinking all the time about lighting. Make sure you understand the light in your picture. Make sure you understand composition, what's actually in your picture, okay? And then, of course, I hope you had fun with the item 6.1, the depth of field issues, because those can really create some beautiful, beautiful pictures when you control your depth of field and have this nice shallow depth of field, so part of your picture is in focus and the rest of it's out of focus. That can be very cool. So, hey, enjoy.